This is Captain Rapp, and I'm going to give you the straight skinny on the West Coast Rap here on YouTube.
I think the big breakthrough in West Coast Rap was us just getting our own identity. I think that's the key to any hip-hop. You have to be about where you're from. You cannot be in the South trying to rap about New York.
We was just being us. That's how we dressed, that's how we looked, this is where we was from, and this is what was going on in our neighborhood.
I want to give a shout out and rest in peace to Mr. Duffy Hooks, Rappers Rap Group. Also to his father, Jerry Hooks, rest in peace. And I want to give a shout out to Cletus Anderson, the CEO and president of Saturn Records, who basically got my career started.
You better wake up to what's going down. Your eyes are closed, but your ears hear the sound. Death cries in the wind. The thought makes you cringe. He's dead and gone. You lost another friend who was young in age but old in sin. Gang banging, hanging, he was slanging the juice. The skunk was barking, his death was the proof. Another life ended all too soon with a tag on the toe in the coroner's room. Bad times, these are for real. Bad times is what you and I feel.
A lot of people don't really know the story about how the whole issue with Captain Rapp and Disco Daddy came to pass. So let me tell you how it happened. Living in Los Angeles, went to a big party that was going to be given to Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson just got signed by the Lakers. So I went out to the club just to kind of hang out. And all of a sudden, I'm seeing this, I'm hearing this brother up on stage throwing some rap down to Rick James, Give It To Me Baby. And I'm like, man, that brother sounds pretty dope. So I decided I'd kind of walk over and maybe talk to him and see what he's up to. So we talk a little bit. He gives me his number. I give him mine. He tells me he's holding some auditions. He's looking for a partner. And I went to Disco Daddy's house. He had an audition. He had a line of people auditioning because Disco Daddy was also a DJ in Los Angeles. So he's a pretty well-known DJ. The first song we decided to do was a song called Gigolo Groove that was produced by Rappers Rap Group, Duffy Hooks and his father Jerry Hooks, using the Rick James instrumental track. But we decided that we were going to go to Motown and talk to some of the executives there and let them know what we were doing. And we met a guy there by the name of Jay Lasker, and he liked the idea, so we signed a contract. He gave us the rights to use the Rick James track, and man, from there it was on. It was on. Put the song out, and man, it just, all of a sudden, we were just all over the place, doing shows with different artists, doing shows. I remember doing shows with Sugar Hill Gang. I remember doing shows with Grandmaster Flash. I mean, just we were, and especially in LA, we had a lot of love from the radio stations like 1580 K-Day. We had a lot of love on the streets from a lot of people because we were the first two guys, the first duo act to come out of Southern California, or California in general, doing rap. So it was really it was wonderful. I mean, it was a new thing. Nobody had done it before. We started going out performing in different places. I mean, we performed with a lot of hip hop acts and also acts people that were singers, Renee and Angela. I mean, I could go on and on with all the people that we performed with. So all of a sudden the radio stations came on board. We're talking KJLH, KGFJ, K-Day. The radio stations started playing our songs, and all of a sudden we were all over the place. We were all over LA, Southern California, Bakersfield, other places just performing, and started to meet a lot of the different people that were performing and doing hip-hop at the time, from the LA Dream Team to DR.DRE, to I remember Snoop, when he was a young kid, wanting to get in the rap game. Snoop was from Long Beach, so was I from Long Beach at the time. Ice-T. Matter of fact, being in the studio with Dre and Cube and the rest of the family when they were doing the first NWA album. I mean, it was like family. We were all over the place. I want to give a shout out also to Uncle Jam's Army, Roger Clayton and family, because of the fact that they were doing big shows back then. I mean, you talking 10,000 party people, and you'd get on stage and rock the house, and it was on and on. Egyptian Lover, Clientele, King MC, DJ Flash, MC Frosty, Mr. Ice, Lovin' C, and my boy Mackamo. They were the group, Rappers Rap Group. Those were the ones that came behind Disco Daddy and Captain Rap. Rodney O and Joe Cooley, Battle Cat, Bobcat, DJ Unknown, Ice-T and the Rhyme Syndicate, Toddy T with the Batarang. I can go on and on with all the names of the people that were back in the day at that time doing the whole West Coast rap thing. And one of the brothers that I want to say really was inspirational in assisting and kind of helping us along the way was a brother by the name of Greg Mack from 1580 K-Day. Greg Mack played our record, and all of a sudden other places start to play the record, and that's basically how Disco Daddy and Captain Rapp kind of got on the map. So I also want to give a shout out to Rich CASON, may he rest in peace. Rich CASON was the one I believe to be instrumental in that West Coast sound. Because of Rich CASON, you had Ronnie HUDSON with the West Coast Pop Lock that was later done by Dre and Tupac. I want to give a shout out to Michael Hooks, Duffy's brother, who also co-wrote the West Coast Pop Lock with Ronnie HUDSON. I want to give a shout out to Leon Haywood, my man. Once again, I want to say peace and rest in peace to Duffy Hooks and his dad, Jerry Hooks, who were the founders and the guys that put together the Rappers Rap Group. Okay, so in 1983, I wrote the song Bad Times, I Can't Stand It. And I'll tell you how that came about. I was in Colorado, got a call from Cletus Anderson, the president and CEO of Saturn Records. He wanted me to come back to California because he knew I was lyrically gifted to write this song. So I came back. Rich CASON had the track. They took the track. I started writing the lyrics to the track, and then I knew the track needed some more oomph to it. So it was kind of ironic. I'm at a corner walking to a studio, and this lady standing next to me, she tells me about her producers that she managed. And I said, well, who are they? It turned out to be Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. I went back, got the information. We got Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis to come to the studio, and man, it was pure magic. I'm talking magic from the word go. The lyrics on Bad Times were dropped in one take. I mean, the whole thing was like one take, and I needed somebody to come in and sing on Bad Times because I kept hearing this kind of a church kind of vibe on it, and I needed the right person. I go to the studio wall where they had all these cards at, and I see this lady has a card up there, and it was Kimberly Ball. I had her come right down to the studio, and I told her how to sing this thing, and she sung it. The whole West Coast music scene, it was kind of ironic because at the time the East Coast was just running it, and the East Coast had it so good that a lot of people didn't think that the West Coast had any talented people. That was the first time that the hip-hop world or the record company started taking notice of the West Coast rap game, because Bad Times, no one had done a record that was so reality-like about the streets and the whole nine. I was the first one that did that, and after that, I'm talking, that was when Beckett Records came on board. You know what? I'm just glad that I was able to be a part of the whole West Coast scene in the beginning of its infancy, and thank to all the people that made it possible for me to be a part of that. I want to give a shout out to DR.DRE. I want to give a shout out to Sir Jinx. Where you at, brother? Where you at? I want to give a shout out to Common. I ran into Common up in Chicago. I want to give a shout out to No ID. All the West Coast brothers and sisters along the way, like the Conscious Daughters, Paris out in the Bay. I want to give a shout out to E40. I want to give a shout out to Be Legit. I want to give a shout out to Short, Too Short, what's happening. I want to give a shout out to DJ Quick. You talking Dre, Johnny J, Quick, and those cats. This is how the West Coast thing evolved, and without producers like that, there wouldn't even be a West Coast hip-hop game. With everything that's been done on the West Coast, the one thing that I wish that would happen is that everyone come together, all the West Coast pioneers come together, the new school, the old school come together and try to put together a West Coast Hall of Fame. I'm talking from Urban Network to BMI to ASCAP, you name it. Everybody comes together and say, let's do this because the West Coast needs to be recognized for all the things that they contributed to this whole hip-hop game. I want to give a shout out to all the people around the world who still listen to the records and still vibe off the rap projects. I want to give a shout out to all the DJs, all the club DJs. After you see this clip on YouTube, tell your friends to come check it out. There's going to be some more things coming up on the Rappers Rap vibe.
This is your boy King MC, man. I want to thank each and every one of you viewers out there for checking out the true story of West Coast hip hop. And I want you to continue to come back to the website and check out the rest of the story.
This is Captain Rapp, and I want to say thank you for checking out the real story on the West Coast rap game. Peace.